Tonight on Teletrack, we bring you part one of a four-part series entitled The Road to the Dubai World Cup 2018 with Sunbet. We've been going for 16 years right now, and as I feel this horse tickling me behind, it's appropriate to tell you exactly who this guy is. And his name happens to be Carnador. He won a Grade 1 race at Scottsville called the Gold Medallion. He won the KwaZulu-Natal Breeders. He won the Protea Stakes. He was trained both by Charles Laird and Mike de Kock, and he was bred by Charles Laird himself and named by his son. He was destined for Dubai, but unfortunately things went wrong, and the fact that he's here with us today is an indication that perhaps the arduous journey that he would have traveled certainly wouldn't have allowed him to be here in our yard as a result of us encountering him through a mutual friend, a bloke by the name of Stephen Atkinson, who very kindly let us have Carnador, and he's got a wonderful home here now. But the point really is that the three Dubai World Cup winners that really stick out go back to 1996 for the inaugural running with a horse called Cigar, ridden by Jerry Bailey and trained by Bill Mott. Then I remember California Chrome, who was back in 2016, and then 2017 was a horse called Arrowgate. Perhaps remiss of me not to mention the most important of all those performances, a horse called Dubai Millennium, owned by Godolphin, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and of course that was back at the turn of the century, the year 2000. He was ridden by Frankie Dettori. He broke the track record, and it was one of the most incredible performances you've ever seen. In fact, it was the day that Horse Chestnut was supposed to have his date with destiny with a horse called Dubai Millennium, but of course that all went wrong, and the rest is history. But tonight we're going to feature a horse called Whiskey Baron. Whiskey Baron was victorious in the 2017 running of the Sunmet, the inaugural running of the Sunmet. He was victorious over a horse called Legal Eagle and Captain America. He's gone on to Mauritius, he's gone on to the UK. He ran commendably in the UK, where he just hated the soft conditions. And then his first run in Dubai, in the Zabeel Mile, was an absolute humdinger. He ran fourth behind Janubi, who of course was the Gauteng Guineas winner of last year. But let's go and pick up the closing stages of the race, after which we'll hear Brett Crawford's sentiments after those particular races, and then also look at some of the previous races to his build-up to the Sunmet. And then finally, we'll take a look at the Zabeel Mile, hear what Brett Crawford had to say prior to the running of the Zabeel Mile. And then next week, hopefully, we'll have more news from Laura King in Dubai as to the preparation for Super Saturday, which really will tell us whether Whiskey Baron is the real deal.
And Whiskey Baron is now starting to unwind a run. Bella's also coming home well. Captain America's cried enough. Whiskey Baron and Legal Eagle. It's Whiskey Baron who's claimed the advantage. No more from Legal Eagle. And Whiskey Baron goes on to win. Legal Eagle second. Captain America came in third.
He's such a well-named horse, and nice to have Ross and Craig. They're very enthusiastic about the game. And of course, fantastic colours, the Scottish flag. So well done to Arrowfield who bred him, and of course to the Kiss Feeders and to Craig Carey for their support, to Greg, another good rider, and to the whole team at home, you know, Spider, Barry, they all put in long hours, and just very grateful.
South Africa has a good record in the Zabeel Mile, Mike de Kock having won it 3 times. Now though, there's a new name in town. Mike's former assistant Brett Crawford is here with one of the best recent exports, 2017 Sunmet winner, Whiskey Baron.
Mike has helped us a lot settling the horse in and given us some good guidance. He's been here for many years. I have been here many years ago on the old racetrack, so it's really nice to see what they've done, and facilities are fantastic. So we're looking forward to Whiskey Baron making his debut on Thursday.
Whiskey Baron goes in, championship to follow it, Hornsby out of the line. Gates are back and they're racing in the Zabeel Mile, and Bayer Poet stood there, missed it by 2 lengths. Janubi fired away quickly, taken on by Championship early on. Up on the outside, Dream Castle, Noah from Gower, then another touch, 2 lengths off to Whiskey Baron. Treasury Notes, Hornsby, GM Hopkins, and Bayer Poets with it all to do, tacks onto the rear of the field. Janubi travels strongly in second. Noah from Gower edging across its tail. They were followed by Dream Castle, then another touch, Whiskey Baron snaking up behind them. Hornsby, Bayer Poets with too much ground to make up seemingly. 200 metres to go, Championship the leader, led by a neck over Janubi, Noah from Gower. Whiskey Baron's running a cheek sneaky race in behind them. Hornsby running on strongly. It's Janubi going up on the outside of Championship. Noah from Goa down the outside, but Janubi poked his nose in front, and Janubi for South Africa wins it by a half length. Second in Championship, then Noah from Goa. Whiskey Baron ran a cracking race. It's in a photo. Fourth with Dream Castle, followed by GM Hopkins. 135.27. Big result for the South African breds there, with Janubi winning and Whiskey Baron.
He's been in Dubai since beginning mid-December, so we've had a lot of time to put some good groundwork into him. We do feel he just needs one run to really tighten him up. He still looks a little bit big, but he's in good form, and he's done well up to now, so we're very happy. And then 2 weeks time into the 1800, and you know, I'm sure we'll see a different horse from run to run.
Whiskey Baron, who has been accompanied throughout his journey by groom Dan, also seems to have a super relaxed temperament.
He's been an absolute dream to travel with, and I think that's probably his biggest asset. Nothing phases him at all. Probably to the contrary, that, you know, he doesn't take his head out the manger, so it makes it a bit harder to get the weight off him. But he's been an absolute dream to travel with.
Thank you very much for joining us this evening. A very proud moment for Sunbet to bring you this program, The Road to the Dubai World Cup 2018.